Hello my beautiful viewers on my channel, James Higgins Open World. Well, here we are. This is episode 5 of James Higgins World of Strange Powers. I can't believe it. 5 episodes. 10 away from the end of James Higgins World of Strange Powers. 10 away. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for watching James Higgins World of Strange Powers, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, which is all about angels. Are angels real? Well, personally, I believe in them. Personally. No proof. I don't think we're supposed to have any proof, to be honest. But we'll hear some stories here on this episode. And you can judge for yourselves, can't you? Make up your own minds here on my channel, James Higgins Open World. On this episode of James Higgins World of Strange Powers, episode 5. Can't believe it, episode 5. Get in there. 1 second. Right, this story is called An Angel's Guiding Hand. Just 1 second and we'll get to it. Just 1 second. Here we go.
Jackie B believes that her guardian angel came to her aid on 2 occasions to help her avoid serious injury. According to her testimony, she actually physically felt and heard this protective force. Both encounters happened when she was a child of kindergarten age. The first experience took place at a popular sledding hill, where Jackie was enjoying the day with her family. The young girl decided to try sledding down the steepest part of the hill. She closed her eyes and started down.
Wow! Just 1 second, we'll hear the rest of this story. It sounds amazing, eh? Wow! Just 1 second. Here we go.
I apparently hit someone going down, and I was spinning out of control. I was heading for the metal guardrail. I didn't know what to do, says Jackie. I suddenly felt something push my chest down. I came within less than a ½ inch of the rail, but didn't hit it. I could have lost my nose. Jackie's second experience occurred during her birthday celebration at school. She had run across the playground to place her crown on a bench. While running back to her friends, 3 boys tripped her.
Wow! Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
The playground was filled with metal objects and wood chips. Jackie went flying, and something hit her just below the eye. But I felt something pull me back when I fell, Jackie says. The teachers said that they saw me sort of fly forward then fly back at the same time. As they hurried me to the nurse's office, I heard an unfamiliar voice keep telling me, "Don't worry. I'm here. God doesn't want anything to happen to his baby."
Wow! Hey! Wow! What a story, eh? The next story we've got is the reading angel. Just 1 second. 1 second. Just 1 second.
The reading angel. It's remarkable how many stories of angels come out of hospital experiences. It may not be so hard to understand why when we remind ourselves that they are places of sharply focused emotions, prayers, and hope. Reader D. Baylor baby entered the hospital in 1994 with acute pain from a fibroid tumor the size of a grapefruit in her uterus. The surgery was successful but more complicated than expected, and her troubles weren't over.
Wow! Just 1 second. Just 1 second.
D. Baylor baby recalls that she was in horrible pain. She had an allergic reaction to the morphine she was given, and the doctors tried to counteract it with other medications. This made a bad experience even worse. She had just had a major surgery, and now she was dealing with the pain of an acute drug reaction. After receiving more pain medication, she was able to sleep for a few hours. I awoke in the middle of the night. According to the wall clock, it was 2:45. I heard someone speaking and realized someone was at my bedside, she says. It was a young woman with short brown hair and wearing a white hospital staff uniform. She was sitting and reading aloud from the Bible. I said to her, "Am I all right? Why are you here with me?"
Wow! Just 1 second. Wow! Just 1 second. Here we go.
The woman visiting D. Baylor baby stopped reading, but did not look up. She simply said, "I was sent here to make sure you'd be all right. You are going to be fine. Now you should get some rest and go back to sleep." She began to read again, and I drifted off back to sleep. The next morning, she explained the experience to her doctor, who checked and said that no staff had visited her overnight. She asked all of the nurses, and no one knew of this visitor.
Wow! Wow! 1 second. 1 second. Here's the last bit.
To this day, she says, I believe that I was visited by my guardian angel that night. She was sent to comfort me and assure me that I would be okay. Coincidentally, the time on the clock that night, 2:45 a.m., is the exact time recorded on my birth certificate that I was born.
Wow! Hey! Hey! See, I believe there's angels out there. They walk among us. That's what I say. Get in there, big Jesus. Big shout out to Carol and Paul. Get in there, Paul. That's on you too, Carol. Get in there. 1 second. Right, here's the next story. Wait till you hear this one.
Rescued from hopelessness. Perhaps more painful than any injury or illness is the feeling of utter hopelessness, the despair of the soul that leads one to thoughts of suicide. Dean S. experienced this pain as he was going through a divorce at the age of 26. The thought of being apart from his 2 young daughters was almost more than he could bear. But on one night of stormy darkness, Dean was given renewed hope. At the time, he was working as a derrick man on a drill rig. That night, he was having serious thoughts of taking his life as he looked down from the 128-foot derrick.
Wow! Just 1 second. We'll hear the rest of this amazing story. Here we go. 1 second.
My family and I have strong beliefs in Jesus, but it was hard not to contemplate suicide, recalls Dean. In the worst thunderstorm I'd ever seen, I climbed the derrick to take my position to pull pipe out of the hole we were drilling. His coworkers urged him not to climb the derrick, saying they'd rather have downtime than risk someone's life. Dean ignored this and began to climb. Lightning flashed all around me, thunder boomed. I cried to God to take me. If I couldn't have my family, I didn't want to live, but I couldn't take my own life in suicide. God spared me. I don't know how I survived that night, but I did. A couple of weeks later, I bought a small Bible and traveled to the Peace River Hills, where my family has lived for so long. I sat down on top of one of the green hills and started to read. I had such a warm feeling enter into me as the sun parted through the clouds and shone on me. It was raining all around me, but I was dry and warm in my small spot on top of that hill.
Wow! Wow! Just 1 second. We'll hear the last bit of this amazing story. Wow! Here we go. Just 1 second.
Dean says that these moments changed his life for the better. He met his new wife and fell in love. They started a family together that includes his 2 daughters. He says, "Thank you, Lord Jesus, and the angels you sent that day to touch my soul."
Wow! Hey! Wow! Wow! 1 second. Right, wait till you hear this one. Wow! Life information from an angel. Wow!
Life information from an angel. Some people believe that before we are born, when our consciousness or spirit resides in that unknown place, we are given information about the life we are about to be born into. Some say we even choose our life. Not many people can claim that they remember this pre-birth existence, but Gary says he does. In fact, even in his middle-aged years, Gary says he can recall some details of a conversation he had with an angel before he was born. I was bodiless, but aware that I was in an area that was darkened, and I was alone except for the entity that was speaking to me, he says. I was at the bottom of a stairway-type structure, and was looking up the stairs, but not seeing the one speaking to me. I was very warm and comfortable, but aware and feeling trepidation of what I was about to embark on.
Wow! So 1 second, we'll hear the rest of this amazing story here on my channel, James Higgins Open World, and this episode of James Higgins World of Strange Powers, episode 5. Wow!
This entity was speaking to me and giving me a brief description of how my life would be. I asked for more information, but it was refused. I was basically told that my life would not be a hard life, but would lack any luxuries, and that I would experience great difficulties at a relatively early age. It seems there were a few other small details, but I no longer can remember it quite as clearly as I once did when I was younger. It appears the information was correct as I'm now disabled and in poor health.
Wow! Hey? Wow! I mean, I believe we're on a clock and we go round. Like I said, I believe we're on a clock and we go round till we reach 12 o'clock. And then we could be an angel of God if we want to. Spend eternity helping people. But that's only my opinion. Right, let's get to the next story. The Angel Nurse. Just 1 second. Recording. Just 1 second and here we go.
The Angel Nurse. In 1998, Luke was diagnosed with bone cancer at the tender age of 8. As sometimes happens, he came down with an infection, which meant he had to go to the hospital. He was there for about 2 weeks, and that's when something remarkable happened. One evening, Luke's mother was sitting at his bedside quietly praying as he slept. A nurse came into the room to check Luke's temperature, but his mother noted something rather peculiar about her. The nurse was wearing an old-fashioned uniform of the type that would have been common 30 years earlier, in the 1960s. The nurse noticed that Luke's mother had a Bible by the side of his bed. She said that she was a Christian, too, and said she would pray for Luke's healing.
Wow, just 1 second. We'll hear the rest of this amazing story. Wow! Just 1 second.
Luke's family had never seen this odd nurse before, and they never saw her again in Luke's remaining time at the hospital. I came out of the hospital fully healed of my infection, says Luke, who was 19, when he told his story. Remarkably, he is now completely free of cancer. My mom believes this nurse could have been a guardian angel coming down to give my mom some hope, Luke says. If she wasn't an angel, why would she be wearing 1960s old-fashioned nurse clothing?
That's a good point, that, isn't it? Hey, wow. I believe angels walk among us. I really do. Wow. Hey, wow. Get in there. Big shout out to Paul and Carol. Get in there. Martin. Ben Mundy. Nick the Egg. Hey. And all my other subscribers. Wow. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of James Higgins, World of Strange Powers, episode 5, all about angels. Hope it's given you some hope that there actually might be angels out there looking out for us all. Because I do believe that God loves all peace-loving peoples of the world. I really do. And what have you. So thank you for this episode, God. Thank you very much. And God bless you. Because I believe in God as well. So there you go. Anyway, so thank you. And please subscribe if you've just come across this channel. Please subscribe to my channel because I have 2 other series before this: James Higgins Mysterious Universe and James Higgins Mysterious World. And this is James Higgins World of Strange Powers. So 3. So please subscribe. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye. See you on the next one.